Hello there, it's Bernardo here. Welcome to another Unsubjective Reality video. On today's video, I want to talk about something I think is very important in business, and that is adding value. Not only adding value, but what characteristics make a business valuable, and how you as a businessman can increase, or businesswoman for that matter, can increase the value of your business. I think that just going straight into it. I think that it all starts with the problem that you're solving. The value of your business is directly connected to the complexity of the problem that it's solving. Um, and, and I think that's a great starter for the discussion here. Um, you know, it, Simple businesses solve simple problems. So um, it's important to analyze if you want to create a high value business. It's important to analyze what kind of problem you're solving and the complexity behind that problem. And you can think about it, the businesses that are making the most money are the ones that are solving problems that people can't figure out or don't want to figure out. For example, fintech apps or platforms that automate workflow. It's not just about the problem that you're solving, it's about how painful that problem is. So I think it all starts there. The more painful the problem that you're solving, the more valuable your company is going to be. And preferably, that problem involves saving time, money, or manual work. If you can tie those three together, that's even better. And it's going to shoot up the value of your business even more. And speaking of time, I can transition right into it. Wealthy people that are willing to pay the most for a service or a solution or a product, they want to have more time. That is their biggest commodity, is their time. So if you're offering a service or a product that is saving people time, you're going to have people waiting in line to buy your product and give you their money because, like I said, again, wealthy people, they're trying to get more time. That's their biggest resource, is their time. So they're trying to optimize their time. So you can think of any SaaS companies that automate repetitive tasks, or logistics companies that optimize delivery times or whatever it may be, or even consultants that help you scale your business faster, without having you have to focus too much on the technical aspect of it, where you can focus on the tasks that really matter for your business so that you can save time, and retain or gain that very special commodity, for you, that will be your time. The more successful you get, the less time you're going to have. I think that's something that some people don't really grasp. The more success you achieve, naturally you're going to have less time, because you're going to have to deal with more things and more moving parts around you. Your business is growing, things are happening, so you don't have that much time. So I think creating a business that is molded to save people time, especially wealthier people, um, save their time. I think you're already on the right track if you're focusing on that. And since we're assuming that you're solving a time consuming and complex problem, it's important to remember that the price for simplicity is complexity. If you're making someone's life easier and you're creating a product that's easy to use, but you're solving a complex problem, that means that the back end of your business is most likely going to be extremely complex. But that's okay. That's okay, because you're absorbing the complexity yourself in order to make your customer's life easier. And that means that you can charge even more for your product or service. Think about it. Apple, for example, they are offering um, products that make the customer's life more simple, but at the same time, they're solving extremely complex problems. I mean, think about all the back end engineering that goes into your MacBook or your iPhone, or whatever app you use on your Apple products. These are extremely complex problems that Apple is solving in a simple manner for the user or for their client, and therefore they can, charge a fairly high amount for the solutions that they're bringing. And Apple is one of the most successful companies ever. It's just a great example to use in this analysis. I think another aspect that builds value to your business is scarcity and specialization. I think the more specialized you are, the less competition you're going to have, and the less replaceable you become. if you aren't specialized enough, or if you're a generalist, then you're just competing against everybody and anybody. So that makes it harder for your business to stand out in the crowd, and for you to charge up for your product or service that you're offering. I think specialization is extremely important in order for a business to succeed. Giving my own example, when I created my company Highlight Sports, which is an online college recruitment platform that allows prospective student athletes to connect with college coaches, almost in a dating app sort of manner, or you could say it's a dating app mixed with a LinkedIn. That's sort of the solution described in a more layman's terms. I was solving a problem that was pretty much untapped in this market, which is a huge and very traditional American market, which is that of college athletics. And I did so by offering a software that saved time for both coaches and players and athletes, and I was connecting them in the most efficient manner that the market has ever seen, or I am connecting them in the most efficient manner that this market's ever seen. So I am optimizing the solution for a very big problem, and I'm saving time for both of my end users, which is a huge plus when you're in the software as a service business like I am. I created a software that offers the solution for these two end users to connect. I'm saving them both time, and I'm offering a democratic solution to a very big and expensive problem. In the college athletics world, if you're buying or if you're paying for agents to find you a school, you're going off of at least $4,000 just to begin with. You're paying this flat fee, and the service is usually not um, very. It doesn't deliver very good results. So I went into a market that there were many of solutions that needed optimization, and I did just that. Um, and that those are good things to look for when you're creating your business. What problem are you solving? What are the solutions that are currently available? Can you make that better, or is the solution brand new? And then you build from there. In my case, I was solving a problem in the simplest manner in the market, and I was saving time and money for all my consumers, and therefore, in a very technological way, also. Our platform is the most modern one in the market, and I was doing so, um, saving them money and time, and the headache, right, of the rudimentary services that were available in the market before. In our platform, you go in there, uh, the end users create their profiles, and they can filter what their preferences are, and they match directly with each other. So I brought an extremely valuable solution to this market. Therefore, the value of my company goes way up. If you've gotten this far into the video and you enjoy what I'm talking about here, please go ahead and subscribe, leave a like. It costs you nothing, and it really helps the audience of the channel grow, and really supports it. And so we can add even more value to other people that are passionate about business and entrepreneurship like yourself. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. And that brings me to my next point, which is you don't always have to innovate. You can also optimize, which is, I think, something that a lot of founders sometimes misconceptualize is you combining both. Of course, innovation and optimization is great. I guess if you're innovating, you're automatically optimizing. But if there is a problem out there that you're trying to solve, and the solutions that are already out there aren't satisfactory enough, and you can build on them and make them better, that makes your business extremely valuable too. You don't have to be or you don't have to be solving an unsolved problem, or creating a brand new solution. You can optimize also what's out there, and that will bring your company a lot of value in the marketplace too. If you're making a product 20% cheaper or faster, that adds a lot of value without having to create something brand new. Or streamlining an existing process can sometimes be more profitable than creating a brand new one. And I think another thing that some founders might stumble on is concealing their passion with the actual market demand for what they're building. If you might be very passionate about what you built and the product that you're creating, and that business that you're trying to get into, but if there is no market demand to back up all the effort and the risk for creating that business, then what you're doing really is a hobby. And I think that that's a harsh concept sometimes for founders to accept, where they, their mind is in the right place, their work ethic is there, and that they're willing to go through all the lows and all the difficulties there are of being an entrepreneur and an innovator, and taking that risk of creating something meaningful. But they forget to think um, critically and clearly about what problem they're actually solving and what demand they're fulfilling. There has to be demand for your business in order for it to be successful, in order for it to scale and grow. I've talked about this in another video, about the size of your total addressable market is very important. I talked about the perfect scenario being in the billions, but that's not always attainable. So it has to be in the multi-millions, your total addressable market, in order for you to be able to grow, in order for you to justify um, taking that risk and going through the process of building a business that you're passionate about. So it's very important to conceal um, passion with demand, with market demand, so that you don't turn your business into merely a hobby that is not going to go anywhere in the future. And now I wanted to talk a little bit about value retention. Um, I think attracting customers is, when you're first starting off, is the main priority. You need to attract these customers, and make them use your product. But retaining them is actually cheaper than attracting new customers. So you really have to work hard on your value retention and retaining those customers. And eventually, your loyal customers are pretty much going to become your marketing team. And I'll tell you why. Value doesn't stop on the first sale, because the most valuable businesses are the ones who can retain repeat customers, and keep them in their loop and keep them purchasing and buying from them. And I think that there are three very important aspects in creating that value retention for your business. The first one being consistency. You have to deliver what you promise every single time. Um, it's so flagrant how inconsistency just brings a business down so fast. So delivering what you promise is very important. I think that that's the first aspect. The second aspect is support and education. Um, you know, the more or the better a customer knows how to use your product or service, the more likely they are to stick around and buy from you again, and enter that cycle of the repeat purchasing, and become a loyal customer. So I think creating content, and whatever it is that you're offering, have clear guidelines on how that customer can use your service or product or software or whatever it is that you're selling, and really engage with your customer, so that they can more properly use your product. And again, by doing that, you're just increasing the value that you're offering them. I think that that's number two. And number three, I think, would be the feedback loop with your customer. We're going from the assumption that you're already solving a problem, but engaging with the customers that you have and asking them what problems they still have, and solving them once you get that feedback is very important. A proactive company that knows what needs their customers have and are willing to solve them in a timely manner, those are going to become even more valuable in the marketplace. And once you do all of those three things, your customers pretty much become your marketing team, and then you'll start seeing the biggest marketing method there is, and the most effective, which is word of mouth. If you have happy customers and they're buying your service or your product, and it's solving their pain, it's solving their problem, then they'll just advocate for your business out there for you, and you'll see your marketing budget will instantly decrease, based on a natural process, because you won't need that big of a marketing budget anymore, because now your results speak for themselves. You're attracting customers, you're keeping them happy, and they'll be more than happy to talk to their family, their friends, and even random people they meet on the street about your product. That's something that I've seen many many times. And I think the key takeaway from these three aspects is that the value that you add determines not only how many customers you attract, but how many customers you keep. And that's where the real profit is. That's where things get really interesting for businesses that are growing and scaling. So, yes, as far as adding value goes and how to add value in business, I think that this goes through most of the things that I think are effective for any businessman or businesswoman to add value in their craft and in their business. The next few videos, I want to talk more about market validation and that total addressable market concept that I've brought in past videos and on this one as well. And yeah, there are so many nuances and small things that make business and entrepreneurship so interesting, and I really intend to go through them on the next few videos. So if you like the content and the videos, leave a like and subscribe. Turn the notification bell on so whenever I post the next video, you'll know about it. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Always forward.